I think this whole period has been a really good reminder that, like, if you put anything, if you literally give anything outside of you power, or like if you seek for things outside of you to fulfill you, hey, you're gonna be finished. You're gonna actually be cooked, because nothing out there will last forever. Don't trust boys. Don't. Trust yourself, honey. Because seeking and hoping for a guy to complete you is such a waste of time. More time, niggas ain't even complete themselves. Another lesson: listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Ladies, listen. Liz was listening to her. She heard her intuition. Told her man, and her man told her that her intuition was just rubbish. Her intuition was wrong. Look at what's happened. Hi, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you know me, hello, welcome back. If you do not, well, welcome to the space. My name is Grace Odiari, and yeah, you're very welcome to be here. Today I want to talk about something that has been on my mind for the longest time. It's quite a long awaited video in the sense that I have spent the past 1-2 days like reflecting, thinking about things, and yesterday I was just like, consuming a lot of content on YouTube, and I just had to stop myself and be like, you know what, if you're not gonna like reflect on what you're consuming, then don't use YouTube at all. And I guess this is part of the reflection where I kind of just, I take it from being a mental and internal thing to an external thing that's, out a video, What am I talking about? Wizard Liz. Yes, I'm talking about Wizard Liz and what happened to, or should I say for her. I don't believe things ever really happen to us, but always rather for us, for our highest good. And I love that our community, well, I don't want to say our, but people who support Wizard Liz, me, myself included, and other people who do, I've seen in her comment sections and just in other videos with that are like talking about her, I've seen them saying really positive stuff like, Liz will bounce back. She is a very strong and capable woman, and she's gonna be fine. And she's literally shifting timelines and wishing all of this goodness upon her. And yes, I do wish the same. Like, may she rise above, and I know she will. But may she just flourish. And I already know, and I'm just, I guess, wishing her well. Really, I know she's gonna do well. I know she's gonna get stronger and better and sexy and all of that good shit. And I also pray to be the case for her as well. However, I just hope she doesn't feel like she owes anyone anything. And I know she doesn't, but I just hope she doesn't feel pressured to. And I don't want to even say that that man that she was with has managed to embarrass her, because of course, on surface level, yes, it looks embarrassing. Oh, self-help or self-improvement, YouTuber gets with a guy who seems to have like measure up to the standards that she tells people to, keep for themselves, and when they're looking for love as well, or like when they're trying to be in a relationship, only for him to cheat on her, la 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 la. But I actually don't think he's embarrassed her. I think if anything, he's embarrassed himself for acting a fool in public when he could have really just stayed private and unknown like he was prior to the whole thing, prior to ever meeting or knowing her. And he's just, gone out there and done a mad thing. But anyway, my point is, I really hope nobody, I just hope she's not feeling pressured in any way, shape, or form to bounce back, because that's like the worst thing. Like, it's one thing to go through heartbreak and be feeling like in your personal life, in your personal world, like, oh my god, I need to bounce back, I need to do this, I need to start this and this, so that I can glow up and be this and be whatever. But then on a bigger scale, like social media and shit, she is literally being watched by so many people. So many girls are looking at her and watching to see what she will do next. People that like her, people that don't like her, and it's all just out there ready for anybody else to like consume or look at. And of course she can like not post and stuff like that, but people are always going to talk because she's, I don't want to say a public figure, but I guess like, I don't know, she's someone that's on social media and a lot of people know her. So, you know, people are always going to have an opinion on her. And so I just wish her well, and I wish her peace, and I wish her I pray and hope that she is able to heal in a way that doesn't feel rushed to her, and in a way that feels supportive and like good to her. Next thing. When I read that information, her Instagram post, I basically crashed out. I was just shocked. I was like, what the actual fuck? Like, Wizard Liz, as in the Wizard Liz, you cheated on somebody like her. And it just started to make me think about Beyonce, about Rihanna, about all of these stars, all of these gorgeous bad bitches who have been cheated on. One thing we should bear in mind though is that those women never made that the whole story, period. They never allowed that to hold them, period, from getting that bag, from making success, from doing whatever they're doing right now, period. But it's to say that it's honestly, it's just absurd. It's just absurd. And Liz said something very powerful, which is, a man who is led by lust cannot lead, cannot ever lead. And it is so true. And after I saw the posts, I kind of just went into this rabbit hole of consuming content from different people who were like freaking less than 24 hours later already mentioning Liz's name and talking about her situation. I'm like, okay. It just came up on my feed, so I just started clicking it, and I just, one thing led to another. But I also watched like maybe 4 or 5 of Simone Squared's videos. She is an absolute goddess. Like, Simone is a star. So yeah, that's fine. But yeah, she was talking a lot about like the lessons that women should learn from men, and basically just talking about the things that she's understood about men through observing them, through interacting with them, friends and dating experience, stuff like that, and just like statistics as well. And I've come to the conclusion that we cannot, like, women should not and may wish to avoid looking or seeking or hoping really for men to provide romantic love. And you know, I'm scared of becoming jaded. I'm not really scared, but I don't want to be jaded. Because it's something that's very easy for me to be, especially as like the way I am. I'm quite a detached person anyways. But I feel like, especially for a lot of young girls who haven't been in relationships before, or who haven't, like, you know, dated anyone or stuff like that, I'm beginning to develop, not even develop, but there's just like 2 main perspectives in my head right now, which is like, we shouldn't rely on men to, or boys to, give romantic love and indulge in romantic relationships with. We shouldn't be aspiring for that. But then I think we have basically been socialized to think that this is the only or like main achievement, or this is something really important to experience. And of course we're gonna want it because we've been taught that this is amazing through like storybooks, things like fucking Cinderella and meeting your Prince Charming, being kissed and woken up by your Prince Charming, by you know, in the Sleeping Beauty story. Like, since we were kids, we've been told that we're gonna fall in love, be with a boy, and it's gonna be happily ever after. The end. Boom shakalaka. That's one story we've been told. Another perspective I have then is saying, why should I suppress my desire to have that? Why is it wrong for me to want that? Why is it wrong for me to not want to be with a guy? Then I think, well, because clearly they don't give a fuck about romance because they're going to hurt you. And it's not all men, it's most men. Most men, unfortunately, not some men.
Just looking back at this, I think something that I've forgotten to mention is that we've kind of got a lot of content nowadays that kind of it doesn't really hold space for women to feel their romantic feelings. And I think with the content at least I've come across, it's a lot more like bashful. It's like use a guy for money and kind of very it's very easy to feel ashamed of your romantic feelings towards a guy because there's a lot of content that kind of is quite against it. Like I think of Xtra 7 and anyway. Yeah, so that's what I was going to say. Like, we live in a society as well that definitely shames women. Like, women are shaming other women for wanting love and romance. I think that's our other problem.
From that point again of, being socialized into wanting romantic relationships, then I think, so why shouldn't I want that? And then I think it's like, I deserve to experience that. I feel like I deserve to experience it. People, women, girls, we deserve to experience that romantic love. But then it's like, why do we think we deserve it? Why do we need to experience it? I may have just said loads of things that didn't really, you collect yourself together or link. But these are just the thoughts that are running through my head. And I think I just need to get them out some way, somehow. And so that's what I'm doing right now. I think it's really sad, but I think this whole period has been a really good reminder that, like, if you literally give anything outside of you power, or like if you seek for things outside of you to fulfill you, hey, you're gonna be finished. You're gonna actually be cooked, because nothing out there will last forever. And so you need to continuously fill yourself up and be your own cup and fill your own cup, fill your own cup up and fill your own cup up. Yeah, I guess it kind of works. Anyway, another thing I began to consider, and through a lot of these videos as well, we can't look to boys, to men, to I guess cultivate romantic relationships with, because the way that we perceive romance, the way we build romance, is apparently very different to them. I even query this whole thing of like men are they're driven for sexual stuff, bisexual drive, and even the whole thing about men develop slower than women. Can we also pay attention to the fact that the people that brought these findings and results and whatnot were most likely men? And so this might be problematic to say. It might obviously not be true, but my little conspiracy theory, is that they just said that so that they can create excuses for their bitch ass behavior. I'm sorry, but I'm also not motherfucking sorry. Like, they very easily could just have been like, men develop slower than girls. Brain development slower than girls. Yeah, that's the truth. Oh, also, we very, very sexual beings, very driven by our sexual desires and lust. Look at women. You see that shape? Yeah, it comes from an evolutionary thing. La 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 la. And during those times, it would have been loads of other men who would have peer reviewed each other's findings and probably all agreed with each other, because they're like, oh yeah, cool, great. And now, generations and years later, we're all here agreeing and saying the same thing, but we haven't critiqued it. Maybe we have, who knows? But that's just my little conspiracy theory. Whatever. Point is, men apparently are driven by lust. Some men, most men. Okay? Women are driven by emotional connection. All right? Apparently, men can compartmentalize compartmentalize sex. They don't see sex as an important thing in the sense that when you have sex with a man, apparently they don't have a deep connection to it like the women do. That's one of the things that Simone said. And I think that is quite worrying in the sense that now we've made sex, that's in my opinion, a very sacred and beautiful thing, to become very meaningless, and you just do, and you get up and you go. And some girls, very sadly, will have sex with a man because they hope that it would deepen the connection that they have with the man, but the man doesn't even see it as something that deepens anything. They just saw it as, okay, I've just had sex and I feel good. Let's fucking keep it pushing. Like, people who are having sex for real and aren't having like I forgot what the phrase was, but you know, when you like talk to each other after having sex and like, oh my god, have I forgotten the word? Oh, I can't believe I've forgotten the phrase. Anyway, like, some men don't feel the need to do that, but I think for women, some women, most women, they may really need that. Okay? And I just say all of this to say that, like, I don't want to say don't trust boys, but don't trust boys. Don't. Trust yourself, honey. Please do, because seeking and hoping for a guy to complete you is such a waste of time. More time niggas ain't even complete themselves. Okay? More time niggas is not even complete themselves, because if they were, they would not be needing to seek validation or to fulfill lustful desires, because they know how to control that shit.
Few moments later.
It seems to be getting a bit dark, so I'm gonna like turn on my lights, my lamp. She's a cutie, so she can join us. Anyway, on a more positive note, this whole like fuck up from that boy who was messing around with Liz, not messing around, sorry, who disrespected Liz, okay, I think within me has helped me to, it's taken me a step forward in the, I guess, journey of decentering men. I'm not saying that I'm fully there yet, but I think this has definitely created a nice chunky shift forwards, nice big step forwards for me. And I hope it does for a lot of other girls and people watching this. Because time and time again, we've just been shown they're not people that you should, boys, men, they are genuinely not people that you should be like hoping for relationships to have, like to have relationship with them. You shouldn't. Yeah, all of this, it's just nice. It's hurtful because it's like, how on earth, I'm not even gonna use the words like, oh, Liz got played. I don't believe that's possible, in the sense that she's a bad bitch. Sorry. And really, in a wider sense, I don't think anybody gets played when they've been cheated on. I think everything always happens for your highest good. And I think people who cheat, it's a thing to do with them. Like, they are lacking like something, and you can't solve that. You know, you cannot help them with that. And I think one of my biggest fears about cheating is that I'm a very, very loyal person, like loyal to an absolute fault. And it hurts my heart when people can't be loyal back to me. And this isn't even just like in romantic relationships. It's also platonic. It's friendships. Even with my family, like, I can't stand disloyal people. It just crashes. Like, it just takes at me. And every time that I have to interact with an unloyal friend, God in heaven knows what I've been through. But it always makes me a stronger and better bitch. So thank you, goddess, for that. But yeah, I think definitely it's the fact that cheating just proves that the person is disloyal, and I can't believe I wasted my time with a disloyal person as a loyal person myself. I think another thing is I hate my time being wasted. I absolutely hate my time being wasted. And when you cheat, it's like you just wasted somebody's time. You like when you guys were in a relationship, you wasted their time because if you couldn't commit to being with them and you were talking to somebody else, you should have stopped the relationship as soon as you started talking to somebody else. And if you're talking to somebody else prior, don't start the relationship, period. It's not rocket science. I don't understand what it is. I do understand, I'm just saying the phrase, but it's not rocket science either way. If you're not, like, if you have not done the work to fill yourself up, to fill your cup up, to stop seeking validation from women and from having multiple relationships with girls at a time, if you have not done that fucking hard graft, don't fucking chat to me. That's it. And one thing about me is that I'm gonna know. I'm gonna tell. And I'm gonna dip. Okay? When I sense that shit, when I intuitively sense that shit, I'm gonna dip. Another lesson. Listen to your intuition. Listen to your intuition. Ladies, listen. Liz was listening to her. She heard her intuition. Told her man. And her man told her that her intuition was just rubbish. Her intuition was wrong. Look at what's happened. A lot of things to learn from this. I wonder how many people around the world whose lives are like changing positively, not because of her downfall, but because by her being so honest and vulnerable and clear and truthful about what is going on in her life, despite how soon after like things were between, you know, her Q&A and her seeming to be in a lovely relationship versus the information that came out. I think it's so, like, I honestly admire her so much. I really do. And if anything, I think the situation has just increased my admiration for her because it shows like she's really meant to be doing what she's doing. She's really meant to be doing what she's doing. Because a lot of people would not talk about it. The person would cheat on them. They'll think, oh my God, my brand is at stake here. I'm not going to talk about it online. Oh my God, my brand is at stake. I'm going to stay with this man. She could have been like that and she wasn't. She wasn't. And people will argue that, oh, she's not practicing what she preaches because she's settled for a man who is apparently ugly. I don't think he's ugly, but I don't think he was on her level in terms of face card, in terms of attraction. He's not on her level. But that's not the point. I feel like people who go down that route of kind of like criticizing her for settling is they're missing the point entirely. I think the point is that listen to your intuition. I think the point is nobody is perfect because, and that's another thing, like I genuinely feel like after the situations, like nobody is safe because Wizard Liz came across, seems like somebody who has their shit together in the sense that, you know, she's not trying to enter relationships to like, you know, stop missing another one. She's doing the work. She's going to therapy. She actually cares to do the inner work before getting into relationships. So it's not like she lacks self-awareness, right? It's not like she's not aware of her intuition. She clearly said she did see her, listen to her intuition. She heard her intuition, but she didn't listen to it. She heard her intuition, but she didn't listen to it. And we, no matter how, like, I don't want to say pretty. Why is that word coming up in my head? No matter how pretty, no matter how successful you are, we all can still sometimes fail to listen to our intuition. And I think it's not our fault. It's also the society that we live in. We do not live in an intuitive society. We don't live in a society that encourages the listening to your own intuition. Like, it doesn't encourage intuitive guidance and intuitive moving from a place of intuition. It's all about logic. It's all about what you see in front of you and what to do with what's in front of you. That's how we've been raised. And so, of course, we're not going to have the easiest of times listening to our intuition. Some people find it easier than others, but it doesn't mean that everybody, like, it doesn't mean that there is, like, I don't know, like, it doesn't mean that we're always going to manage to listen to our intuition, especially when we should. So give her grace. That's what I say. Give her grace. Just like how you would want to give yourself grace. How you want to give somebody else grace. Your friend grace. Your loved one grace. Whoever. Decent to men. Niggas is not shit. Doja been saying it. Niggas is not shit. Look after you. Pour into you. Let you be the thing that you are seeking. You know, I thought to myself, what do I actually want in a relationship? When I get in a relationship with a guy, what am I going to want him to be doing? What am I going to want him to be saying? Start doing those things. Start saying those things. I love you lots. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. I'm going to miss you a lot. And yeah, I'll see you very soon. All of the noise that you may or may not have heard, big apologies. It's my brother. He is playing with his friends on the PlayStation and he doesn't know how to be quiet. So, yeah. Bye.